Good people, welcome back to Shenanigans with Mr. Jones. I am Mr. Jones, and yes, it's Mother's Day. So before we even start or do anything, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mommies out there that have had babies, that have had either babies from their own, from themselves, or through love by fostering. Happy Mother's Day to all you guys. Thank you for everything that you're doing. There's nothing that compares to the love of a mother. Dads, we are there to be the protector, to make everybody feel safe. But moms, they make you feel loved. They make you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Anytime you feel like you can't do something, mom's always there to usually pick you up. So, once again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Of course, happy Mother's Day to my wife, the mother of my children. Babe, I love you. You're doing a phenomenal job. So, with all that being said, today we are doing a ham. I've never done ham before on the Silverback. Today is going to be something new, something different, something interesting for all of us. This is a part of Mother's Day dinner, so I'm hoping that it comes out good. But I'm pretty sure it's a double glazed, it's a double honey cured hickory smoked ham. I'll post a photo here so you can see the official title. Essentially, it's a fully cooked ham, boneless ham that was cured in honey and other spices. Today, we're pretty much just double smoking it. What is double smoking? So it's already cooked. It's already been smoked. Now that we have it here now, we're going to put it back on the smoker to bring that temp up to at least 140 because we're just warming this up so we can have it for dinner. If this was a raw, uncooked ham, you'd have to take it up to, I believe, a minimum of 145 degrees, minimum. So we're probably going to get this up to in between 140 and 145, and then we're going to go and have some dinner. And of course, we'll show you that. So with all that being said, I'm not sure if you can see, but there is a little bit of smoke rolling out of the Silverback already. Why is that, you may ask? I'm sure you know why. I got the smoke too busy. This was a hickory smoked ham, so we're going to keep the theme of hickory rolling and use hickory pellets to smoke this ham. We're going to be smoking today 225 for as long as it takes. Hopefully it doesn't take more than 3 hours, but it's about a 5 pound, 4.5 to 5 pound ham, so it shouldn't take too long. 225. If it does start taking long, we will wrap up that temp to maybe 250, 275, but till then, I'll show you the ham. We're going to get this thing on the Silverback. Here we go. Okay, good people, so real quick, something else that I'm doing with this, I'm going back to my roots where I started when I got the YouTube channel going, and when I got the Silverback. I'm doing a cold start. Now, in case you don't remember, or in case you don't know, what's a cold start? As you guys saw, this grill was not running. You did not hear that auger and that fan blowing as you do now. So what's a cold start? Cold start is putting your meat on the grill, then firing it up, turning the grill on to whatever temp you want it to run at. What that does is it allows you to get all that startup smoke, all of that beginning heavy smoke that comes out of the grill during startup. You allow all of that smoke to get a glance, a once over on your meat before you get it going. Now, is it really necessary for what I'm doing? Probably not. Now, like I said, I hope it doesn't turn out too bad. It's definitely a windy day, but again, I hope it does not turn out bad. It just adds a little bit extra smoke because it is a boneless ham. All the kinds of spices on it, so I'm hoping to get just a little bit more of a hickory punch on it, and we'll see how it comes out. So enjoy the cold start. It should be getting ready to come up, start blowing here, but yeah, we're doing a cold start today. The meat's already on there. I just cut the Silverback on, gonna get all that smoke on there. I'll let you guys enjoy that. Okay, good people, so it's been about another 2 hours since we put this 4.5 pound ham on here. And as you guys can kind of see, it's starting to dry out a little bit. It's taking on some more of the smoke, the hickory smoke from it. But I do not want this to dry out. As you guys can see, this piece here is already kind of falling off, so I'm going to wrap it. The directions actually call for this thing to be cooked at 325 at 12 minutes per pound. I'll take a picture of the instructions and post it. But because I wanted to double smoke it to get some more smoke on it. So now that we've gotten the smoke on it, I don't want to jeopardize the moistness, the juiciness level of it. So we're going to wrap it. So a little bit of a hiccup. Nothing major, but a small hiccup. So ham, after about 2 hours, it rose up, but it came up slow. It got up to about 105 degrees after about 2 hours. Dinner is getting closer. Its current time is 17:40, so it's 5:40 right now. And so it's getting extremely close to dinner time. We're hungry. So what do you do when you're hungry and your food ain't done? You wrap it. So we've wrapped the butt up now in 2 layers of foil. Now, back to that hiccup I was talking about. When I set up the camera to record wrapping and talking about everything that I did, I set it up, flash is on like it is now, and I was talking and it was recording. By the time that I was done and I was ready to bring the butt back, bring the ham back out here, my screen was turned off and I was no longer recording. So all of that footage was gone. So let's talk about everything that I have just done. Like I said, the ham has come up to 105 degrees. Took it inside. I brought about a cup of water to a boil. I added 1 tablespoon of butter, and then I added, once that melted, I then added 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Not necessarily as a glaze, but more so as a spritz, because I was not spritzing this ham. So I pretty much just made up this liquid so that I would have something in the wrapping, with the ham, to keep it moist while it came back up to temp. I did fan out some of the spirals just to see if I had killed this pork butt and dried it out. Turns out I did not. It was still very, very moist on the inside. Just the outer ring and that very end piece was the only piece that were affected, that were like dried out. But once I opened it up and I looked inside, I mean, it was so juicy. Like I seriously wanted to take a piece and eat it then, but I decided against that. And so, as I said, I then got some foil out, wrapped it up. I poured that concoction essentially over the ham, and then I did take a little bit of brown sugar, and I did kind of rough the outside of it with a little bit of brown sugar. Because today's a special day. You guys know I don't use a whole lot of sugar in most of anything that I do, but today's a special day for my lady. So I decided it'd be nice to have something sweet from my sweetie. So anywho, it's wrapped up back on the pit. The ham has come up 10 degrees within it being wrapped. Maybe I didn't get the probe back in the same spot. I don't know. When I took it off, it was 105. Now that it's wrapped up, it's 115. Whoop-de-doo. So that's all good. We're gonna leave it in there until it reaches about at least 130, and then we'll try to get it off, get it unwrapped, and get the glaze on it, and we'll get that put back on the pit. And of course, I'll definitely try to make sure you see that part. But essentially, I just took it off, added some brine juice to it, essentially wrapped it up, or added some brown sugar, patted that all around the top, wrapped it up, put it back on the pit. I did bring the temp up to 275 down, so we're sitting at 225. I decided to bring it on up to 275 because it's wrapped now. We're not really worried about smoke at this point. I'm trying to get it cooked so that we can have dinner. So bring you back when it's time to glaze. Okay, good people, the ham has finally come on up to at least 135 degrees. I got it sitting off to the side here. I'll bring you in. We're gonna get it glazed up. Here we go. Okay, good people, so this is the glaze that came with this ham. I will take a picture of it and show you guys that a little later, but right now we got to get this glaze on. got the ham glazed up now. It was a powder glaze. I didn't want to make up my own glazes. I wanted to see how this ham was going to come out. Because if it does come out good, maybe I'll use this ham again for other occasions or just for something simple for dinner. So I wanted to see how it was going to come out. I'm a little skeptical with this powdered sugar honey concoction that they had with it. So we're just going to have to play it out and or try it out. We're going to have to just try it out and see how it turns out. So got it glazed. The directions for the glaze says that it's supposed to cook at 325. So for the remaining 30 minutes or so, to get it up to 140, got the silverback set to 325. We're gonna let this temp come on up, give it 30 minutes, and then we're gonna take it off once it hits 140 or so. So, see you then. Okay, folks, so it's been another 20 minutes since we got the glaze on this ham, and it's come up to 140 now, and now it's time to get dinner going. It's right at 1900, which is 7 o'clock, which means it's time to eat. But before then, I'm gonna give you guys a little preview, give it a taste, and we'll talk about it. Okay, good people. So, as I said, this ham has come up to 140 degrees with the glaze on. Now it's time to give a little taste. Well, I had a piece that was practically falling off, so I'm gonna give this a little taste here. Okay, good people. It's not bad. I don't want to say it tastes like every other ham out there, but it's a pretty straightforward store-bought ham. It's got a little flavor from it. I believe this was a honey cured or honey glazed or however smoked ham with some hickory smoke. It's good. It's definitely got a good sweetness to it. Not a lot of spice. From the brown sugar to the glaze that I used, or the glaze that came with it, to the little butter and brown sugar brine mixture that I made just to keep it moist, it's got some sweetness to it, but it's not bad. Even the skins on the outside, they dried out a little bit, but you taste the hickory, which was my big thing. I wanted to taste the hickory in it. Because for so long I've had ham that just tasted like ham. It didn't really have a lot to it. I mean, it had spice. It had maybe a little sweetness to it for maybe some cherries or some pineapples or something, some brown sugar. But I didn't. There was another element to the ham that I was missing. And now that I have a silverback and I've had the opportunity to smoke foods on a silverback, I've come to learn that the main thing that's missing from a lot of meats is just having a little bit of a smoke taste. And I absolutely love the smoke taste that it has on there. It's really subtle. It's not really in your face. It's not really strong. Although we used hickory, which is the stronger wood, it could have been overpowering, but I'm glad it wasn't. When I filled up the smoke tube, I only added for maybe about 2 hours worth of smoke. Before we wrapped, I think it was on for maybe 2.5 to 3 hours. It went out after maybe an hour and a half. So it served its purpose, but it's not a bad ham. So we'll be trying this again with a different ham later on in the future, guys. So without that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this double smoked honey ham, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers again. You guys are awesome. I'm out.